Sue Ellen Gets Her Goose Cooked is the first episode, or the first segment in the first episode of the sixth season of Arthur. And I didn't mind this episode, but I certainly didn't love it. I felt like it was very busy, but didn't offer that much. And the same is true for the second segment, Best of the Nest, which I will discuss separately. But in this one, Sue Ellen is obsessed with this online game. Um, it's a goose based game, and she's really good at it, and she becomes obsessed with it. But then there's an opponent who she can't beat because it's online. She's playing with somebody she doesn't know, they're just a username, but there's this username that keeps popping up that seems to be amazing, and she becomes obsessed with it, and she has to take some drastic action, and I'll talk about that in a moment with a spoiler warning. It's obviously an interesting episode about online addiction. Certainly, when this was released, online games were becoming more of a thing, and it's very easy to become obsessed with a game that you're good at. And even more importantly, where you can't beat somebody, I think that determination is obviously a really admirable thing, but when it gets in the way of your mental health and your ability to do anything else, as we see with this episode, that can be quite problematic. So spoilers from now as I discuss what happens and kind of the message that's delivered. So once Sue Ellen kind of reaches her peak of being obsessed and determined to beat this person, she has to walk away from the computer. And she ends up spending time with DW, of all people, and playing the board game with the goose, and um, getting back to basics and playing games where you're not online with another person and actually having a good time and utilizing these skills in a different way and stepping away from technology and being all the better for it. So I think the message there is quite clear. It's definitely a very timely episode when it was released, but even today, maybe even more so today, I think it's really important to remind people that it's just a game. And it's important to have determination and drive and to try and beat your best and be the best version of yourself you can be. But sometimes you need to take a step back and say, okay, I'm a bit too obsessed. And that's what we see with Sue Ellen. I don't mind the episode. I didn't love it. The same as I said with the second segment. So it's definitely not my favourite. But I think it works well. It's got a good message to deliver and it delivers it very effectively. It's just not a personal favourite.